They worst fear. No. Smart nigga. You know. From my room. Don't tell nobody. Infectious revolutionaries. Spread like a plague. That's what they tell me.
Nigga, you too smart. Nigga, you too smart. Just look at all the comments that you start. Did you know the whole world's gonna let a few fall? Is it art? Imitating life or just art? Nigga, you too smart. Nigga, you too smart. Just look at all the comments that you start. Did you know the whole world's gonna let a few fall? Is it art? Imitating life or just art? A wise man once told me, nothing is holy. Silence is sacred, white power is hatred. I'ma tell a secrets whispered on slave ships. Hutu, Shaka, the Tutsis, butt naked. If you make it, live from the valley of death and the snake pit, it's yours, take it. Same thing, Nas and Premier wanted. The world belongs to you too, so here, flaunt it. Wear it like an African medallion or a gold plate from 88. This is for my men upstate, Maroons, Russell Schultz on a jailbreak. How much more can we take before we break? Ready, break. 10 seconds left in the game. We got the ball and we down by 8. I'ma throw the Hail Mary. Everybody to the end zone without shackles. There's nothing left to carry. Nigga, you too smart. Nigga, you too smart. Just look at all the comments that you start. Did you know the whole world's gonna let a few fall? Is it art? Imitating life or just art? Nigga, you too smart. Nigga, you too smart. Just look at all the comments that you start. Did you know the whole world's gonna let a few fall? Is it art? Imitating life or just art? Just like Malcolm Little sitting in a cell. I'ma give them hell, show them how to rebel. Strike back like the empire, show them how to use fire, but not to fight fire. We fight fire with water. Depends on how you see it. $20, 80 quarters, it all spend. That's my comrade, fuck friends. Cause comrades struggle in war to the end. A toast to the future battles we gon' win. Cause see, I was told that we were sold, but I'm worth more than the price of gold. And diamonds ain't forever, they for right now. A glorified rock, smart nigga, pipe down. Cause if you say too much, then they might know. Then turn on the lights and stop the show. Then what we gon' do? Where we go? How about do for a self and watch us blow? You too smart, nigga, you too smart. Just look at all the comments that you start. Did you know the whole world's gonna let a few fall? Is it art? Imitating life or just art? Nigga, you too smart. Nigga, you too smart. Just look at all the comments that you start. Did you know the whole world's gonna let a few fall? Is it art? Imitating life or just art? Nigga, you too smart. Nigga, you too smart. Just look at all the comments that you start. Did you know the whole world's gonna let a few fall? Is it art? Imitating life or just art? Nigga, you too smart. Nigga, you too smart. Just look at all the comments that you start. Did you know the whole world's gonna let a few fall? Is it art? Imitating life or just art?
The Black Report was live on Crenshaw Boulevard talking to Minister of Culture of the POCC, Mutulu Olugbala, otherwise known as M1 of Dead Prayers. We was talking about the cases of political prisoner Aaron Patterson, who's set to go to trial later on this month, and the case of our modern-day Harriet Tubman, Assata Shakur, who's a political exile in Cuba.
Assata Shakur is a member of our Black Liberation Movement, particularly she became a member of revolutionary organizations from her involvement in New York City with many of the political organizations that were the ground organizations from the Black United Front all the way up to the Black Panther Party, which is ultimately where she did the bulk of her political work in New York City. And she outlasted the Panther 21 trial, where they tried to lock up 21 Panthers on conspiracy charges. And in the height of the movement, the revolutionary trend where there was return fire, gunfights going on in the hood, and where political action was ending in court dates every day, she was one of the people who was definitely doing the above ground work. Well, there came a day where the police in New Jersey, the troopers who were trained like the German Nazis, pulled her over after doing surveillance, knowing that she, the U.S. government had kept heavy COINTELPRO records against people like Assata Shakur and the Black Panther Party, and even tried to create conflict between the East Coast and West Coast Panthers. They also knew the daily movements of the Panthers, and tensions became so high above ground that they forced her into a conflict with the New Jersey State Troopers, in which she was in a car with 4 other Panthers, namely Zaid Shakur, Sundiata Acoli. And on that day, the State Troopers came at the Panthers, and the Panthers fired back. They suffered a loss, and we suffered a few losses in the way that Zaid Shakur was murdered, assassinated by the pig, and it left Assata Shakur and Sundiata Acoli behind enemy lines to serve. It would have been life for what that has been, and Sundiata is still serving those sentences, languishing behind in these dungeons. But Assata Shakur was liberated, and by the Black Liberation Army, of which I also said she claimed character to, and she had been liberated and lived in Cuba under the protection in exile from the U.S. by Fidel Castro and the Cuban government, which is also to lead to the particular point that this aggression against our movement is also in concert with the aggression against Cuba and Latin America, because there is a huge anti-American, anti-capitalist movement that has been growing and is at its height in Latin America right now, and is leading the revolutionary fight back. So at this point, the attack on Assata Shakur is also the attack on the socialist government of Cuba. And I think if we study history and we look at our watches very closely, and at the second hand, we know that Cuba is next.
For sure. We out.